Ladies and gentlemen, what's cooking? That is the question which majority of Kenyans were actually asking earlier today after a photo of Raila Odinga meeting with Hassan Joho, the former governor from Mombasa, and Junet Mohammed emerged online. And just like I keep on telling you on this platform, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Let's face it, Junet Mohammed and Ali Hassan Joho are very close allies of Raila Amolo Odinga. As a matter of fact, ahead of the last general election, there is nowhere you will find Joho and miss to find Raila Odinga. Junet Mohammed was the key guy around Raila Amolo Odinga. In fact, during the handshake, you remember so well that Raila Odinga was accompanied by only Junet Mohammed. And again, ahead of the election, Raila Odinga named his cabinet, part of it, and Ali Hassan Joho was made the Minister for Lands.
He was the leader of that chaos outside Parliament. So we're not going to allow him to intimidate anyone in this country. Thank you so much.
You know, there's a Swahili saying that goes like kutangulia sio kufika. And obviously, munaona the way the deputy president behaves. Our concern is that two great leaders of this country have expressed magnanimity. They decided, after such an acrimonious electioneering process, to come together for the purposes of unity. For the first time in Kenya, we are enjoying peace, tranquility. We're seeing unity being forged strongly, strong bond between politicians being created, a great hope for the country. We're seeing prosperity. Alafu tunaona mtu mmoja ambaye anaamua kutangatanga tu, and he has clear intentions. Nia yake tunajua. You know, he wants to destroy the goodwill amongst two great leaders of our country.
I am 100% sure today that if Raila Odinga had been declared the president of the Republic of Kenya, Junet Mohammed would be a very powerful individual in that government today, probably Minister for Interior. And I'm also sure that Ali Hassan Joho would be a very powerful individual in that government today. But as fate would have it, William Ruto is currently the president of the Republic of Kenya. And again, you all remember that after the last election, Junet Mohammed disappeared, Ali Hassan Joho disappeared. Why do you think the two gentlemen disappeared? That is the question, because they again reappeared today. Why do you think they disappeared? For me, that disappearance was occasioned by several factors. One of the reasons why they disappeared is because of the shock. Junet Mohammed never believed that Raila was not going to become the president of the Republic of Kenya. Ali Hassan Joho believed 100% that Raila Odinga was going to be the next president of the Republic of Kenya. As a matter of fact, I'm sure that these guys had already even taken the measurements for their suits for swearing-in ceremony. So when Wafula Chebukati declared Ruto, a lot of things changed. Junet Mohammed, Ali Hassan Joho were shocked. They were still absorbing the fact that Raila is not the president of the Republic of Kenya. The other reason why they disappeared probably is because of the blame game. Majority of Azimio supporters were actually blaming Junet Mohammed, Ali Hassan Joho, and a few handlers around Raila Odinga for the failure by Raila Odinga to win the presidency. I know if you add that to Junet Mohammed's fight with the Luo leaders, because most of Luo leaders really hated Junet Mohammed because of the closeness with Raila Odinga. They believed that Junet was not a Luo, and most of them were even talking loudly. So after the election, Junet, I think, and Joho just wanted a break so that the blame game would end. So you see, if you're blamed for making Raila Odinga lose, then after the election, what do? You don't just come and surround him, because again, you will still carry that burden. I know for sure that if there was one individual who was so committed about Raila Odinga's presidency, That individual is none other than Junet Mohammed. I'm talking of what I know. Joho was also sincere. Probably number three, this guy is also still wanted to monitor how William Ruto was going to deal with Raila Odinga's allies. Because there's this perception that Ruto is actually a vengeful politician, that he was going to revenge on some of the people who are pro Raila Odinga. In government, there were people like Matiang'i, Kibicho, the former ICT cabinet secretary, Joe Musheru, and of course people like David Murathe. Now on ODM or Azimio side, he had also identified a few individuals, Charity Ngilu, Junet Mohammed, David Murathe, alias and Joho. So they had to take a break and monitor how things were going to unfold. And of course, lastly, these gentlemen disappeared because they wanted to make some tactical retreat. You know, when Raila Odinga and Uhuru were in handshake, Junet Mohammed was very powerful. He was kind of the engine from Raila Odinga's side running the government. If Raila was part of that government. Now he's just an ordinary member of parliament with the same position as the minority whip. You know, so he had to take that tactical retreat. For Joho, he had to monitor how these guys were going to deal with the businesses and the rest. So they had to take that tactical retreat. But that's not the objective of this video today. In this video, I want us to look at the objective of this meeting and why I am sure Kenya Kwanza are actually worried. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to dive in. Why do you think Raila Odinga held that meeting with Joho and with with Joho and with Junet Mohammed? Because they were being referred to as watoto wa baba. And Kenyans have been wondering whether Joho, for example, is still in audience. Kenyans are still wondering why Junet Mohammed, who was one of the people who were really loved by Azimio supporters, why he disappeared. What was the objective of this meeting? For me, the objective of this meeting was, number one, I think Raila Odinga intends to escalate his political activities across the country. And for him to escalate his political activities across the country, it means he has to sit down with some of his key allies who have been inactive a bit. Joho, Junet. I won't be surprised that in the next 1 week, Raila Odinga is going to announce maybe series of other political rallies. So for me, that was one of the objectives, to escalate. And Ruto is worried, and Kenya Kwanza, because you know Junet and you know Joho. These are people who can go with you head on. As we speak, majority of Azimio leaders are not talking. Either they've been bought. So I think that is one of the reasons. Number two, I also want to assume that these gentlemen were actually reviewing the bipartisan talks. I'm saying this because when Raila entered into handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, Junet Mohammed was part of it. Again, it has been revealed severally that one of the individuals who was used to broker peace deal between Ruto and Raila when they met was actually none other than Ali Hassan Joho. And there is an unconfirmed report that Obasanjo actually spent most of his time in Ali Hassan Joho's residence in Mombasa. Probably that's where even Ruto and Raila met. And because of that possibility of Joho brokering that deal, Junet Mohammed working previously with Uhuru Kenyatta to broker a deal, probably these gentlemen were discussing the nitty-gritty of the bipartisan talks. Like if it's failing, if it's succeeding, how do we navigate this point? How do we navigate this roadblock? Or do we pull out? For me, that was on the agenda. Number 3, if you ask me, is that Raila Odinga probably is now rallying his troops again together. I don't want to rule out the possibility. Remember, when you go to war, you go with your best. Raila Odinga has been moving around the country, but I don't see, in my view, any serious or trusted ally who can actually take the bullet for him. It's been going there, but not. Yeah, someone like Baba Wino is thorough. Raila loves him, but if you compare the relationship between Joho and Raila, it can't match that of Raila and say Babu. Babu is still lightweight in terms of his relationship with Raila Odinga. Though he can make things work, but not directly. If Raila Odinga wants something, Babu to do something, he can call him, or he can talk to these people. Then Joho anamwambia Babu, Baba amesema hivi na hivi na hivi. So for me, Raila is trying to rally his troops. And again, just monitor Raila Odinga this week. I'm sure something is going to come up. And number 4 is perceptional value. You know, it had reached a point where Azimio supporters were losing hope that people were leaving. In fact, tomorrow, I think I need to do a video why Raila Odinga should be worried about the defectors. The truth is, politics is a perceptional game. If it is being perceived that Raila Odinga's allies are leaving him, are defecting, and those trusted allies are not there, they can't be seen. So someone can easily come up with a theory that it's just part of the strategy. So by meeting these guys, there is that perceptional value which it adds to the team. And lastly, if you ask me, I think Raila Odinga is going back to his old brand of politics, firebrand politics, where it's head on. I'll be waiting to see, if that's the case, how Joho is going to take on Ruto, how Junet is going to take on William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.